1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Okay, because class is in session.
I got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power poison.
Welcome back, students, to my YouTube channel. I am Maeve, the human, once again, coming back to you on a fresh take on the journey of Ashley Barrett throughout the universe of The Boys. But now, dear audience, we have now reached Ashley into the Ashleyverse because she has now, up to this discussion, branched the reality of 2 different shows. Not only that, but playing a pivotal role in establishing the timeline relation between the 2. So I want you to walk with me really quickly, okay? POV. You are a writer for the hit show The Boys, which was a very successful original hit show based roughly off of a comic book series, and now your version of it has a seemingly endless cast of original characters. It's so successful that you get greenlit for a second show based in the same universe connecting to the first one. You and your writers team decide to go for something fresh, something that's never been done before. Your superhero show, which previously consisted of only adult Supe employees working at Vought International, has now been expanded to a sky-high-esque university drama series consisting of hormonal-ass Supe teenagers attending college. Now, Sky High may have strut that runway for this to fly, but I do think that it's an excellent extra take on a more inappropriate, more realistic lens to college teenage life, you know? Although, to be fair in its own right, Sky High was a little bit more adult in humor than I think we remember. You decide in the beginning that you want Godolkin University, or GodU, to be run under Vaught's supervision, but now that leaves you with an interesting challenge. You want this new show to be set in the same universe as your last one, but now you have another thing to establish: when. So when is Gen V supposed to be set? Is it set before Homelander? Before Starlight? Maybe long after the events of The Boys? How do you determine this? Luckily, the show's writers clear this up right off the bat with a few strategically placed cameos from characters from the original show. From the very first minute of episode 1 of season 1 of Gen V, we see a shot of Marie Moreau's parents watching live news footage of A-Train being inducted into the 7. So this moment in her childhood takes place then. And then after all of that tragic backstory stuff passes, we then return to the present day where it says 8 years later. And so then we can assume that it's at least somewhat along the same timeline as The Boys. Where exactly, we're not precisely sure, but we soon will be. We see a statue of Homelander out front, we see images of Maeve and A-Train in the deep, all just static, still images of them, and none of them in the flesh. But honestly, props to Gen V in its own right for giving the spotlight truly to their new cast of characters and perhaps leaving aside the tangled plot of The Boys to make room for this new one. However, at the very end of the first episode of Gen V, who do we find giving a live broadcast personally to us about the events of the episode we just saw? But our ever-reliable CEO, Ashley Barrett. She's making a live broadcast discussing what we just saw, which was Golden Boy exploding himself on the front lawn of the school, and she's now doing, once again, what she does best: damage control. She discredits Golden Boy, saying that he was a psychotic drug addict, having a mental breakdown, and, no big deal. This does not reflect the school at all. She goes on to pitch some more lines, like about how Vought has voted Godolkin University the #1 Supe School for 8 years running, but I love that because that's bullshit. Vought picked the Vought school as #1. That's a completely biased award and doesn't really mean anything. But lo and behold, what is Ashley wearing? Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's because they very deliberately chose to put her in the exact same outfit from season 4, episode 4 of The Boys. Therefore, being able to link the timeline of Gen V to The Boys down to the day. So in the context of this episode, Ashley has been recently canned as CEO in everything but name, still responsible for media and, damage control, cleaning up after all the Supe messes like she always does. She's filling in this mascot puppet role that Homelander and Sage have forced upon her, but mostly Sage. During the course of this pinpointed day, Ashley forms her unexpected new alliance with A-Train, and I guess she also did damage control PR for Godolkin within the same day. This PR crisis continues into episode 2 of season 1. We see Ashley in her office on a separate day, and it is notably nighttime. It is after hours.
After hours.
And Ashley is still working because power never rests. I swear to God, that woman has an apartment in the building, and I can't prove it. She changes so frequently, and she's there all the time. What other explanation is there? Maybe it's like across the street. Unlike the last appearance in which we recognized her fit, this is a debut. This scene premieres a new look for Ashley Barrett. Also, this is not static footage. This is not a live broadcast. This is an organic scene with our Ashley in a private moment in which she is grilling over the phone Indira, the Dean of Godolkin, about the Golden Boy disaster and about how she needs to fix it. Ashley speaks to her with such authority, belittles her, and scolds her to fix the situation. This scene demonstrates that Indira, the Dean of Godolkin, is answering to the wrath of Ashley Barrett, clearly the one who's really in charge around here, making Ashley Barrett the official, unofficial Superintendent of Godolkin University. Ironic, isn't it? 2 human administrators running a superhero school. Kind of shows how power can come in different forms. Ashley starts with one of her quick lines that she has $4 million of Golden Boy merch sitting in a harbor in LA that she now has to set on fire. Her new debut look for the Gen V universe consists of this very flattering waist-hinged powder blue pencil skirt, as well as this button-up collared long sleeve top with this lovely lace pattern on the sleeves. Once again, Ashley in blue is just very flattering. She is also, of course, not without jewelry, with her silver chain dangling earrings and a simple silver chain necklace. Ashley is leading a conference call over the phone, discussing a plan of approach on how to handle this Golden Boy disaster of him kamikazing at the school. They go over the main characters and their participation in the saving of the event. They mention Marie and Andre. They also suggest Jordan Lee, in which Ashley immediately shoots down because a gender-fluid power would not fly with PR, in her eyes at least. Then she takes a moment to ask Indira to hop on a private line very quickly. Ooh. Indira knows what this means. On the private call, Ashley demands to Indira to know if this bullshit had anything to do with the Woods, which is a secret biological weapon lab experimenting on Supes in the basement of this college campus. And of course, Ashley is totally aware of this. Indira tries to placate her, but Ashley scolds her, tells her to take care of it, and hangs up, showing true superiority over her. Ashley's position in the school administration hierarchy has now been established, and unfortunately, we don't see too much else of Ashley for the remainder of Gen V, not until her important role in the season finale. But there are plenty of other scattered references to original characters from The Boys that make specific cameos that I thought I would mention. We see in person, in the flesh, our dorky director dude from the Vought media team that, Ashley's pegging on the side. He got demoted from his job of making big blockbuster films for Vought to now teaching acting classes at a college course, and he may or may not have flashed one of his coworkers. Next, we get this nice little montage of somebody flipping through a TV channel, and we see glimpses of things going on for our characters. We see Victoria Newman's campaign. I guess she's running for the presidency. We also see a glimpse of some news coverage of Homelander, killing that protester. Remember that? And thirdly, we see, yet again, another familiar face. This time, Cameron, the news anchor for Vought, that is just yet again another one of Ashley's boy toys. It seems like they're very comfortable with spilling references to lower caliber characters, even going so far as to script them new lines that take place within the Gen V show. So far, they've taken great liberties with additions of the director dude, Cameron, and Ashley, who are all charged with PR and media, so it's easy to insert references to them within the context of Gen V. The season follows with lots of minor references to original characters from The Boys that contribute to newly written content unique to the Gen V universe. Examples of this include as follows: video messages from the deep, a starring guest role of Tech Knight in episode 3, f***ing around with lots of different university members. We got an amazing cameo run-in with Soldier Boy, aka Jensen Ackles, in a dream state as Kate's imaginary boyfriend. We get a brief run-in with Grace, the military lady that's, I guess, Ryan's godmother. And on top of that, we also get a in-person interview live broadcasted from the college campus between Cameron Coleman and Victoria Newman. When it all starts to go south, Victoria goes backstage where Marie is waiting for her to talk to her privately. What follows is what I believe to be one of the best scenes, especially in acting power, in the span of season 1 of Gen V. On one hand, we have Claudia Dowmett, who is a powerhouse actress and returning to her familiar role as Victoria Newman, a main character on The Boys, now doing a quick, hit and run with Marie to just drop some Oogway knowledge and advice about that she's the dragon warrior or something, and oh yeah, big surprise, she has the same power as Marie, bloodbending.
Congratulations, Katara. You're a bloodbender.
Except, Marie's still in school, obviously, because Victoria knows what the hell she's doing. She has evolutionized to just popping heads, like pimples. And meanwhile, Marie's over here fucking around with knives, it is just two completely different ball games, and Victoria is the one to snap her into this. That she doesn't need to use her hand, it's all in her head. She doesn't need to access her own blood through a blade in order to utilize her power. She has lots of different avenues of using it that she hasn't even considered. And now that she knows the truth about Victoria Newman, she has found a strange sort of kinship with someone in an incredible place of power with an unbelievably overcharged power version of what Marie has now. So they also bond in a really sweet moment over being raised in the same bad soup kid rehab group home or whatever, and it's a very touching moment. We do see a nice little scene of her at the end where she takes the information that Marie blabbed about to her about them making the damn soup virus in the basement. That's how Victoria knew about it, through Marie. backstory unlocked. She then pops that doctor's head, no witnesses, and drives away with, soup Ebola in a crock pot. Also, quick note, by the end, it is revealed that Indira, the dean of Godolkin University, who has been hell-bent on manufacturing this highly contagious, lethal disease towards soups, had a family that was on the 137 plane crash that Homelander completely destroyed and abandoned in the very beginning. The key original cardinal sin that we saw Homelander do that has been haunting him ever since. And by the end, spoilers, in season 5, this disease is literally Homelander's hugest issue he's ever faced. It is just Homelander's one desperate mission to avoid being taken out by this lethal soup disease that was manufactured originally as a revenge towards him specifically, and he was never the wiser all the way to the end. The season 1 Gen V finale. Most of Ashley's screen time for the entirety of Gen V is monopolized by the season finale, in which we see her in the flesh on campus at Gen V herself, here to do some hands-on damage control. She is running a tight ship at this council meeting, which I assume is with the Godolkin School Board, because she's the f***ing superintendent, people. The non-soup superintendent of the Supe University. I am missing a farm-to-table fest and Ina and Jeffries to be at this board meeting, but someone has to save this f***ing place. Literally sums up Ashley's life. She does have motivation to enjoy opportunities of social life and healthy time away from work, but it is constantly stolen from her because of bullshit like this. I did look up Ina and Jeffries out of curiosity because I didn't know who they were. Apparently they are a power couple on the Food Network, so that is a hell of an invite to pass up. Which she does, as she always does. Poor angel. She deserves her breakfast orgy, goddammit. Now I know what you're thinking, okay? What is she wearing, okay? I get it. So let's get into it. So she is wearing a classic patterned blazer with matching slacks of green and black leaf pattern. Very jungle-like. It's an homage to nature and its hierarchy of power. For jewelry, she has a matching chain necklace and dangle chain earrings. I think that by how yellow the gold is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 18 karat. So she looks fabulous. She looks like a goddess of a jungle temple. Her makeup looks great. And her hair, flat ironed. Whoa, Ashley's breaking out the flat iron for these students. Ashley questions where the hell Indira is, the dean of the damn school, at the school board meeting. But little do they know that moments ago that she bit it at the hands of Kate in her office. But they don't know that yet. But Ashley does not miss a beat. She's like, let's get this meeting started, okay? Time is money, people. She lays the crisis out pretty clearly, and I quote, "Golden Boy is fertilizing the lawn. Application rates are down. Newman's town hall was a shit show. We need a big f***ing distraction. Let's send someone straight to the 7. They apparently review the students in order of superpower ranking, which has kind of been like a little side subject of the season. They're all like, competing for the number 1 spot. So they start with number 1, who is apparently Andre, who is the son of Magneto, a very, prominent soup with magnetic metal alchemy, metal kinesis, so he a nepo baby. Ashley calls out a board member for saying very callously that he didn't test well for skin color on screen tests, and Ashley shuts that down real quick.
King Leibowitz to shoot him, you racist
Ashley shuts down opportunities for minorities, not necessarily because she agrees with doing that, but because she understands marketing. She knows the people that she works with. She knows what will fly and what won't. Ashley then absolutely shuts down the idea of letting Jordan join the team because he uses gender fluidity as a power, and Ashley knows that that will just not pass with PR. But she consciously advocates for Black representation. So this is an interesting spotlight to see where Ashley draws the line. Who is she going to advocate and who is she going to dismiss? Ashley is a brutal realist when it comes to PR and media representation of the Supes, but there is one consistent thing about Ashley, is that she ain't no racist. Oh look, it's other Ashley too, Beta Ashley. She's there too in one of the best outfits we've ever seen her in. Her suit jacket is a bold magenta with a tasteful black undershirt of like this pink flower hued pattern and tasteful black slacks to match. Beta Ashley interrupts the meeting to inform Ashley that there's a situation on campus. They then look out the window to see a fucking bloodbath on the quad. Quick cut to the director dude running his shitty acting class. He is attacked by Sam, but Emma enters the room, intervenes, and he's able to escape. And where does he head? Straight to his mistress. And right on cue, the director dude is then banging loudly on the door to the board meeting, and Ashley's like, who the hell is that? And he's like, it's me, Ashley, open! And they're like, do not open that door. And he says, if you do not open this door, I will tell everybody what we did in the bathroom at the cancer pediatric fundraiser. Immediately, Ashley folds. She's like, open, 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 open. God, we can only imagine. He rushes in and embraces Ashley in a very intimate moment. He touches her face. It's very sweet. He's freaking the hell out, and she's like, okay, shake it off, okay? Look, we've turned on the Supe sirens. So it's like this like supersonic sort of like dog whistle for the Supes, and it's crippling all of the Supe terrorist kids that have broken out from the woods, and they think that they're safe. And she's like, okay, look, it's gonna be fine, okay? Just chill the hell out. Hey, guess what? Colby fucking killed this episode. I'm just gonna go out and say that. And you know why? I think Ashley's character is at her peak form because she's at a secondary location outside of Vought, outside of the sightline of all the Supes that terrorize her. She's just running the ship and doing what she loves best, being just a badass boss tormenting her lower caliber employees. She is very confident in this space because this is all managerial stuff that she is very familiar with. And because she's not tiptoeing around, looking over her shoulder for Homelander to like beat the shit out of her, she can relax a little bit and actually exert authority over all of these school board members. So all seems to be well, the Supe siren seems to be working, when all of a sudden, one of the students from the woods uses his supersonic like boom power to destroy the supersonic whistle system, and thus they are back at square one. Royally fucked. The windows crack and shatter, and I swear to God, right afterwards, we hear a soundbite from like Tom and Jerry. Ashley does not miss a beat. She snaps into leadership mode and has the most genius plan just on the spot ready to go. She looks around and tells all of these fucking board members to pick up a piece of paper and call Supes. Start speed dialing Supe students. And literally it's like, hey kid, do you want to be in the 7? Yeah? Okay, well, there's lots of Supe terrorists outside and we need you to, you need to cancel them. Cancel them and you can be on the 7. A 7 Supe audition pop quiz. Oh joy. So she's like, we're gonna have tryouts.
So which of you fine gentlemen would like to join our team? Oh, there's only one spot open right now, so we're gonna have tryouts. Make it fast.
She commands everyone to pick up a phone and start dialing now. And then she demands that Beta Ashley call the fucking helicopter and radio Homelander to get his ass over here now. Uh-oh, Ashley's calling the big guns. Imagine how serious of a situation it is where Ashley needs Homelander, of all people, to come to her right now. He's literally like the ace up her sleeve, like the eagle in Angry Birds, you know, the ultimate weapon. She would not call that psycho unless her life was literally going to end. Ashley is acting like a full-blooded leader under a crisis, and this is a super admirable quality. Lots of people would freeze up in situations like this, but it's natural for Ashley just to own every situation that's thrown at her. Ashley even takes it upon herself to call Marie Moreau, to tell her that, hey, if you want to be in the 7, we need your help now. And when Marie initially starts to decline, Ashley, in a moment, is very real with her. It is like, Marie, listen, the board of trustees is trapped here with me. You need to come and help us. If you help us, I will get you a meeting with your sister. Why does Ashley know Marie's dirty laundry? Why does Ashley know the tea about college students? Is it just written there and highlighted like on her form? Yeah, sister who hates her, looking desperately for sister whose location we have. So I guess we could have cut to the chase. She could have just, rummaged through a file cabinet and we could have skipped like 5 episodes. The call cuts off as signal is cut from campus and all the Wi-Fi turns off and all of the influencer college kid Supes immediately start to freak the hell out, which is very accurate. The helicopter arrives, much to their relief, and Ashley, and all the board of trustees run out of the building to meet it. But then Marie watches as Kate then mind controls a kid into kamikazing into the helicopter. What a crazy bitch. However, Andre uses his magnetic telekinesis powers to lower the helicopter slowly to the ground. Ashley and the board members are about to be attacked when Jordan steps in to protect them and tell them to run to the helicopter, okay? And just a moment ago, Ashley dismissed Jordan like she wasn't worth her time. What did we learn, Ashley? Then a rogue Supe who's running on all 4s like a horse girl for some reason beelines it to the helicopter to attack Ashley and the board members. This is a make or break moment that triggers the most badass moment for Marie's character development up to this point. Like 11 2.0, she looks around at the bodies around her and summons streams of blood that turn into daggers that then kill the Supe, saving Ashley and her board members. The director recognizes how badass that was. He was like, that's going in my next movie. Marie revels in her victory. Her guard is down as she looks across the field at Jordan, her love interest, who is walking towards her, and she's lost in the moment when Kate is there, suddenly sniping from the side, hand outstretched to take over his mind. Marie does not think, she only acts. Her powers lashing out, Marie explodes Kate's outstretched arm, therefore eliminating one of 2 outlets of Kate's power. Karma's a bitch. It's a shocking moment, and the plot lingers on its gruesomeness. But then, in an incredible moment, who comes descending down from the sky but Homelander, Anthony Starr himself in the flesh, an unstoppable authority figure to bring order to the situation. Also, his entrance into this moment is where this clip is from.
F*** off. F*** off. F*** my life. F*** this.
After his arrival, there is shock, silence. No one knows what to say. Marie tries to start, but Homelander silences her with barely more than a look. He then shocks her with a rhetorical question.
What kind of animal are you?
Marie doesn't know what to say, and he asks her, do you like attacking your own kind? Wow, not this again. He just loves to throw that around at other Supes for attacking their own kind when his favorite hobby is literally killing Supes. A flash of Homelander's laser vision and fade to black. It then cuts to Homelander watching live news footage of how Marie Moreau was taken into custody and how Kate and Sam are now the new members of the 7. Then Marie wakes up, surrounded by her friends in an unknown place, who tell her that she took that laser like a f***ing champ, and also their situation is now a lot more dire. They themselves are now trapped in the woods. Cut to black, but not without an after-credit scene. Who comes sauntering into the dark, abandoned halls of the woods but Butcher? who then leaves a little trace of how the boys will continue this storyline. But the plot of Gen V is not the true subject of this video. Ashley's participation is. Her relationship with the university's staff says a lot about the hierarchy of power within Vought and its satellite entities. The buck stops at Ashley. Ashley manages an unfathomable amount of different corporate entities, it seems. Within the highest upper crust of management at Vought, at least definitely until Sister Sage was introduced, Ashley has the most access to all of the company's mechanisms and influence over all of it. She has an amazing aura of dominance and leadership qualities that really shine through when she isn't being held hostage to physical destruction at the hands of a Supe. With that external anxiety removed, Ashley, as a character, is one of the most powerful and intimidating human beings that you can meet. Alright, so roll call. Ashley, other Ashley, the director dude, Cameron Coleman, Homelander, Victoria Newman, Tech Knight, all of these characters make varying amounts of brief appearances to connect this storyline to the one we've seen before. Now, I do have some bad news regarding Season 2 of Gen V. So, Season 1 was put out to hopefully continue to a second season, but upon entering that second season, Ashley is nowhere to be found. For some odd reason, they completely eliminated her participation in the story because they were more expanding on Starlight's participation in their storyline. And also, they kind of replaced her archetype with this red-haired, like, student manager lady with a stinger on her butt. I don't know, she has, like, similar vibes to what Ashley does, but obviously she doesn't do it justice. I'm not sure why Ashley's involvement with the school just disappears on a dime like that. I mean, I guess she did go through a pretty traumatic experience with like that Supe terrorist attack, but whatever, Ashley, you've been through worse. Oh, and guess what? Season 2, really good, came and gone. What's that? Boom! Cancelled. Excuse me? I don't even want to get into it yet, because I'm probably going to save it for my rant in the next video when I tackle the new season and all my thoughts behind it. I guess we'll unpack all of the terrible sins that were committed by these writers against the perfectly good story that they had going for them with Gen V, that they just let fly off into the wind. Like, I don't understand it, but I digress. It might be because they just excluded Ashley. And now we have reached the segment of this video in which we have covered all of Ashley's appearances up till now in the show Gen V. And she did play a significant role, especially in the season finale of Season 1. But I believe that there is more to be said about this show in this particular video, because I found the costume design of Gen V, especially Season 1, so impressive. They were challenged with a very newfound concept of dressing a generation of younger superheroes in a live-action setting in terms of current fashion. And also, they seem to have chosen brands that are very realistic and achievable for college students to purchase on their own. I thought that the costume design was so bold in choices at certain points that I am now going to unveil to you my top 3 favorite looks on Season 1 of Gen V. Now, for this little bonus segment, I am going to be discluding Ashley because 1, 2, 3, that's 3 appearances. Psh, she blew everyone out of the water. But with that said, I do want to put a spotlight on the incredible work that was done for the new cast of this season. Now, these 3 outfits are all seen on student characters and just give a great amount of storytelling and have an exceptional element to them that is only just based on my opinion. But I do think that there's some evidence to back up my choices. 3rd place goes to Emma's Season 1 finale outfit. It is spectacular. Emma's character is a very distinct one. She's funny, she's quirky, she's spontaneous, she's extroverted, and she's not afraid of wearing fits with a capital F. She's introduced as a character in the beginning that perhaps has maybe the most public traction out of any of our main characters we're introduced to. We're told in the beginning that she has 1 million followers, so people are aware of this around her and are trying to always leech opportunity off of her. And yet, surrounded by adversaries, Emma chooses throughout to be fiercely herself, and it comes through her outfit choices. Emma is seen throughout the show, often adorned in bright pops of color, but here she is awash with them. She has this pink-toned, almost rainbow-dyed t-shirt that I found online. Bruh, it's from Urban Outfitters. Huh? So, oh my God, that's incredible how they are choosing outfits that are on brand with what college kids would be buying for themselves. And for real, I thought that t-shirt was going to be like Louis Vuitton or something. It's adorable. I'd buy it for myself. And it doesn't stop there. Emma is wearing her favored rainbow gummy bear necklace. Yes! I had one in middle school, and I swear to God, if I saw her in like a party environment, I would beeline towards her because she looks so cool. She's wearing all of her colors on the outside. And this isn't even the first time we've seen that gummy bear necklace too. She wore it earlier in the season, which adds to her character. She has favored pieces of jewelry. She's not afraid to stand out. She's not afraid to be distinctive. She is an amazing character, and her outfits continue to reflect this. If you thought that was impressive, just wait until I show you second place. Emma's not done with us yet. Oh no. About the midpoint of the season, there's this cancer fundraiser gala for all of our main characters to attend in their best dressed black tie outfits. And Emma just blows them right out of the water. Emma is wearing a stunning, bedazzled floor-length gown that has purple and red and fuchsia in it. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely breathtaking on her. And she has this long slip up the thigh. Her hair is updone in such a flawless way. She looks like Marilyn Monroe. She's wearing these dangly like diamond earrings and sparkly heels. Like, she looks like $1 million. She looks like she's ready for the Barbie premiere because she is the movie. She looks so good, and her skin is glowing. We see the dress in lots of different kinds of lighting. We see just how breathtaking it is. And I thought for sure this was like Gucci, something like that, something thousands and thousands of dollars. They selected this from Glamour as like pretty much just a more expensive prom dress. Like, this dress was $400. What? So even for the most ostentatious of looks, they are sourcing from realistic places that college kids would get their clothing from. Before I reveal my final pick, I'm going to give a quick shout out to honorable mention, which is Sam's prison breakout sweatshirt. He's wearing this really cute sweater. When he breaks out of the woods and they leave him alone, he meets people his age. He participates in college activities. He's so full of joy and vibrance for life. It really, and like the colorful letters on it, it's a very childish sort of pattern. And I think it reflects his very childish nature and the fact that he's still very naive about the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite look from season 1 of Gen V is Kate's season finale crash outfit. Now, I know it's not what you think. It seems like a forgettable outfit, but it's between the lines where it becomes so meaningful. Kate is one of our most fashionable characters right off the bat. When Marie is introduced and we see the school from her perspective, we often see Kate in very preppy, like updone outfits. And now that we find her at the end of the season, she is in a completely different place. She is ripping apart at the seams, ready to break out all of these mentally ill psycho kids from the woods and basically burn down the school. She's not in a very well put together place. And I think that her outfit reflects that. Kate is wearing a crop top that is short sleeved midriff and also has a dip down small zipper in the front. It's this blue camo pattern, but it has this bold trim of buttercup yellow lace around the end. It highlights the platinum blonde of her hair, which is one of the staples of her entire character. Emma is blonde too, but for her, it's giving white swan goes black swan. This is reflected in the last episode when she's overusing her powers to the point where her eyes are starting to bleed, giving her very red eyes, which are similar to a swan's. Example of this in the movie Black Swan. She has red eyes by the end. For jewelry, she has on 2 thin gold chain necklaces, which add to the look. And I would like to talk about the pants really quick. Kate is wearing men's slacks almost, like they're a bit big on her, and she has a large black leather belt with a big buckle. It looks like she stole it out of her dad's closet. They're bulky and large, they don't hug her figure, and it's a harsh black against the cute, colorful college crop top. I want to give you a quick question to mull over. If this character in this show came out 10 years ago, what would she be wearing? What about 20 years ago? Looks different, doesn't it? That's because in the superhero genre of the last couple decades, female supes have often been subjected to super suits that more so objectify the female's form more than actually support them in combat or portray their powers correctly. The Boys has even gone into this before as a subject. If Kate, the blonde, beautiful psychic, as a superhero came out in any of the decades past, she would be wearing pants so tight that you could see every crevice of her ass. She could be wearing a skirt so short that you could see her cooter, with like knee-high leather boots probably. In years past, female superheroes, especially ones with psychic powers, are often put in such office siren looks, like it seems to be a pattern of media. But in 2026, Kate, our misunderstood villain, is wearing pants that are comfortable for her to crash out on the school with. Her outfit prioritizes being comfortable over being fashionable, which definitely alludes to her mental state right now, but also allows us to focus on her character and not the display of her body. I think it's a very interesting look. I think it's layered and distinct, and unlike the last 2 outfits, I could not find that shirt online. I looked, okay? I couldn't find it. No one's talking about it. So if anyone knows where they got this shirt, please let me know. I will see. Because I swear to God, I bet it's like something from Rue 21. It's something extremely plausible for a college kid to wear. And I guess that's part of why I love it so much. I don't know why this outfit sticks out to me the way that it does, but the yellow strip of lace is just so bold and eye-catching that we can see her from far away. We can tell that it's her. And also the black slacks are just such a dumbfounding decision. Like, it made me really think about the outfit. But all 3 of these looks were a test to the actual complex character development of the characters that they had to dress, other than just pure aesthetic. And even when it was aesthetic, it was in such a developed, professional, gorgeous way. The costuming for Gen V did not disappoint, as they were tasked with characterizing a brand new cast of characters and displaying their mindsets in how they dressed, really. And Ashley's participation was clearly very pivotal. She was responsible for dating the timeline of Gen V alongside the plot of The Boys down to the day because of the genius decision to link her in the same outfit in 2 different timelines, which is how we're able to adjust that. I love her for that. So, Ashley, thanks, babe. We love you. You're a multiverse queen. And you're also a kick-ass superintendent. Even if you don't have any soup powers, you don't need it to kick ass and take names. Ashley's participation screen time-wise may have been small, but the impact was great upon the hearts of many. The Boys' costuming department has done it yet again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have now concluded all of Ashley's character development in its entirety up to the new season premiere, which I will be unfolding for you folks with great enthusiasm. Our overview of Ashley's time as superintendent has really put a spotlight on how she can really kick a team's ass into shape, and how she really does utilize power in every environment she finds herself in. If you enjoyed this video essay and would like to hear me make more, feel free to hit that like button or hit that subscribe button if you want to hear me rave about things in the future. And if you want to support me extra, I have a Ko-fi down in my description for tips, and a Patreon if you would like access to content before anyone else, along with a special meme-formatted shout-out that will be proclaimed to the masses in your honor. We will then discuss Ashley's new unfathomable promotion to the heights of authority she never could have imagined. But until then, I'm Maeve the Human, and I am your humble superintendent. Coming at you until next time. See ya!
Alright then, it's morphin' time! Dragon Sword! Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus! Yeah! We're back! We're ready to morph into action! 6 working together to fight evil!
Stop Rita and all her menacing monsters!